if I'm ever upset and it's not snowing or raining, I just throw on a pair of shoes and go outside, and then the world becomes my playground.
Voices and voices, the tremble of calm, the feminine of the sin, reaching my threshold, staring at the truth till I'm blind. My body's stupid, stereo putrid, spewing out music in the raw sewage, reaching my threshold, staring at the truth till I'm blind. My threshold, my threshold.
What is parkour? I mean, that's not really a question I think you can just answer. I think the best part about parkour is that it's different for everybody. Like, everyone has their own different version of what it is.
I think it's best defined as just movement, you know? I guess we were talking about how there's like a lot of different aspects to it, and what it all comes down to is just movement and like what you like to do. And I guess everyone has their own kind of unique style to it. So.
I guess really the best answer is it's like movement, it's life, and kind of however you choose to live it.
I can feel you, I can feel you, I can hear you, I can feel you, 'cause love don't sting, love don't sting, love don't sting like the Constantines, and I hear my kind in a coma freeze, I hear my kind in a coma freeze, lonely, lonely.
My friend told me about like this video online. I don't even remember which one it was. And I just started watching videos and then started jumping around on stuff. I mean, I always have been jumping around on things. I just didn't know what it was called. And then I think my junior year of high school, I actually like started a parkour team, which was ridiculous now that I think of it. And it was just like me and like 5 other friends, and we had no idea what we were doing. But it was a lot of fun. And then when I really started to train seriously was I bought a camera, not this Black Friday, but like the Black Friday before. So December of 2010-ish. It's been a year where I've been training like really, really seriously for a whole year.
One of my like best friends and my neighbor, he's like really good now. He's like a pro. I was just with him one day and he was doing his thing, and like I was like, oh, what is that? He's like, oh, this is parkour. And I tried to flip and I was like, this is great. I was like, I like this is fun. The community over here is a little smaller than other countries, as Jacob said, but it's definitely growing, and it's a very tight-knit group. As I was saying, my friend Nick, he stayed at one of the Backstreet Boys' house. He had a mansion in Florida, yeah, and because, I forgot the guy's name, but his cousin does parkour, and because of that, he invited a ton of people to stay at his mansion, and like they stayed there for like a week, and it was like this huge place, and the guy was like super nice. Like it was awesome. Like just like I saw pictures and just from hearing about it. So
It's a community. It's the same thing as like skaters or like any sport, I guess, like has its like community of like teammates and stuff like that. Like I have friends in New York that I can just call up and be like, hey, you want to train? And they're like, all right, cool. Like I don't know them that well. Like I've never went to school with them or anything like that. It's just like it's just a mutual bond that you have with other people, and it's worldwide. It really is. Like there are people that train all over the world, and I don't know them personally, but I have friends who could just call up somebody and be like, hey, I'm going to be in England next week. Like, what do you want to do? I think we met through a mutual friend. I think we met through Tyler.
I think so too.
I'm pretty sure we have a friend, Tyler Masterson, who doesn't really train with us anymore, but he used to, and he and I trained a couple times, and he was like, hey, like, you should meet my friend Max, like he does this as well. So I was thinking, all right, maybe I should meet this friend Max because he does this too. And then like I don't think Tyler even trained with us. I think Tyler came out with us like once, and then I just started training, and like Max would come out with me, and then I started
every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll take you for a ride. I'm a garbage truck. Oh no. I take you to the dump. you're my queen. Take you uptown. I show you the sights, you know you wanna ride. I'm a garbage truck. Truck. We'll pass the mansions by.
Do I ever get hurt? Yeah. I haven't received any like really big injuries. Like I've never broken a bone or anything like that. To be honest, I've received more injuries working in the theater than I have doing parkour. I don't know what that says about the theater.
I've seen people like shatter their knees and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like because when you're going big and you're doing stuff on cement, like I feel like sometimes with like one little slip up, like it can mess you up. I mean, you'll see it on YouTube all the time. Like a lot of people who get hurt are people that are like very practiced too, and they're very good, and accidents happen.
Lorenzo is at that level where I feel comfortable taking responsibility for him, but at the same time, like, everybody falls off the horse every once in a while.
So
What are we talking about?
what'd you do?
What I do just now?
Yeah.
I just twisted my ankle.
How?
Oh my god, I just did a freaking thief over that, but I'm alright. Hopefully.
People are like, "Oh, that's crazy," or "It's too dangerous," you know.
I think it could definitely have a better reputation. I mean, it's different in America than in other countries. In other countries, it has a much better reputation, and like mayors like allow it in the city and things like that. Whereas here, it's viewed as like vandalism or like trespassing on private property, and it really just has been given a bad understanding just because people don't understand it. I mean, people are afraid of things that they don't understand, so obviously they're going to react negatively to something instead of like really getting to know it. So it's ignorance is really what creates that. So I tend to look for spots where there's multiple things to do. Like this spot right here, I train here like every day just because like you can jump, you can vault, it's very versatile. Urban spots are usually the best. I mean, unfortunately, the best spots are police stations, libraries, schools, post office, and like hospitals. But those are all the places where you're gonna get caught in like 10 minutes. But like those are the really, really good spots just because of how they're built and designed.
I feel like this is where I disagree with Jacob. I feel like it could be anywhere you like find a place that you can do something. It's like it also depends on like your skill level and your creativity.
I think the sport's gonna explode in the next probably 5. In America, it's already starting to get a lot bigger. I think in the next 5 years or so, that's gonna change.
I honestly have no idea. As I said, like it's growing. Hopefully, it will continue on that trend, but I guess you never know.
Americans kind of like need to get a jump on everybody else because the Brits and the French and everybody did have such like a head start. And the Russians are ridiculous.
There's a possibility that it'll never get any like warmer to parkour. So.
Is that gonna stop you from doing it?
No.
Lemonade stations. Mama said you do it. I got a breathalyzer, and my body's clean.
I mean, people see it as a way of life, but I just do it 'cause, like I have friends who love it, and it's fun.
I don't know. I really enjoy it. Like, there's no reason for me to stop until like my body's incapable of it. I'm gonna keep training. It keeps me going. I really love it. I mean, that's the best way I've ever heard it described. Is this kid was like, oh, what's parkour? And he's like, dude, or what's the difference between parkour and freerunning? And he's like, all right, well, you really like cake, right? But sometimes you're still gonna want pie. Like, it makes sense. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And I love pie and I love cake. But like I'm not fancy enough for cake right now, so I'm sticking with pie. I don't know which one is pie and which one is cake, actually, to be honest with you. I'm just assuming that parkour is pie because I love apple pie.
Onion voices, animal noises, the tremble of calm, the feminine of the scenery.